Hello to guys, Typhoshi here, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the new meta changes. It's going to be a tier list post Photon Hypernova and the February 2023 ban list. Lots of changes are happening, and I'm going to be talking about the top strategies that you can use to win in this new Yu-Gi-Oh meta. Let's get into this list. So these are the strategies that I believe are either a top strategy, they're great contenders, viable decks, maybe the next ban list, and then the just quit deck. Let me start off with that one. Sky Strikers is a definitely just quit deck. Sky Strikers is, man, it's old. It's not as strong as it used to be, and it's definitely falling off the meta hard. So Sky Strikers, not a good meta deck for this ban list. Same thing goes with Melfi's. I believe this one is just not it for this deck. And also for Spiral, even though we did get that one new Spiral card back from the ban list, but the other one is still banned, so you can't even make it like that useful. Now let's go for maybe the next ban list. I believe, maybe the Odd Eyes. I've seen what Odd Eyes could do. They use a lot of the stuff in the Draco Slayer stuff, so I know there's like an Odd Eyes engine inside of Draco Slayer, and if this deck, I believe this deck is either a great contender or a viable deck, then Odd Eyes could maybe in the future become even better. So let's put a Draco Slayer. I'll put it as great contender. I've seen that deck in action, and it's pretty good. Black Wings, I believe Blackwing is a very viable deck. I heard it was going to be like really good. We still haven't seen too much, but I'll say it's a good viable deck. We'll go with Heroes. Heroes is a maybe the next ban list, guys, just because it's a little power creep from all this stuff. It's not as strong as the other strategies like Kashtira's or Branded, who can take advantage. Branded of like way stronger fusion monsters, and Kashtira is like just banishes all of your graveyard and stuff, so all your cards. And Heroes kind of relies on graveyard a little, so it gets hurt by this meta. Plunder Patrol. This deck is going to be great. It's going to be an amazing deck. Sword Soul, also great contender. That's why I started running it. Sword Soul is going to be one of the top dogs. Dinos, I believe Dinos are going to be a very viable deck. Either top of viable deck or even low great contender. I still want to see a couple things because Dinos does rely on the graveyard just a little bit. So it's going to be like a little rough. But honestly, with UCT having that basically like Book of Moon / Book of Eclipse effect, plus running 3 other Book of Eclipses in your own deck, it's going to be really strong. So for now, let's put it as top of viable. Branded Despia / the Albaz strategy, that's got to be top 3 decks this meta. Scareclaw, it's going to be one of the great contenders. Tier limits, even though lots of things got banned, I think it's still going to be a really good deck. Definitely not as strong as before. Definitely not tier 0. Maybe around tier 2, tier 1.5. That's what I believe tier limit is going to be at. Fluandereeze. How sad. I used to play this deck, and it was my main deck. But I'll put it down to viable decks. Just because we have a better and stronger deck that could control the banish pile, and the fact that we lost the barrier statue, it kind of it allows your opponent to play a little bit more Yu-Gi-Oh, so Fluandereeze becomes a little bit more fair, and it's just not as strong as before. Even though it still has the dimensional shifter, you can still play D-Fissure with it if you'd like. It still has a lot of good stuff, so that's why I believe Fluandereeze is still going to be pretty good. Either tied with Black Wings or maybe a little bit better than Black Wings. Alright, Gold Pride. I think Gold Pride is going to be a viable deck. Lots of people have been saying that it might not be that good, but Gold Pride with some Kashtira cards, it'll be okay. I think Gold Pride is going to be okay. Labyrinth, this is going to be one of the top strategies. If Labyrinth can go first against Kashtira, it could probably most definitely win 80% of the time. But if they let the Kashtira player go first, it could just lock out of all the zones, and this deck just becomes a maybe the next ban list, dog. But it is able to get a lot of trap cards, lots of flood trap cards, and it could set up a board for first round really strongly. So I'll put it as a great contender. Naturia, I think Naturia fell down, probably also down to maybe next ban list. It has some good cards like a Naturia Beast that I actually do want to run in my Dino deck. It basically allows you to negate spells and traps by just, I believe it's sending one card from your deck to the graveyard, I think, or something like that. But yeah, Naturia Beast, really strong card. Ninjas, I think Ninjas is going to be maybe next ban list as well. I saw the Kali effect do some good stuff with ninjas, but honestly, it's gonna be somewhere either maybe next ban list or viable deck. I'll leave it as viable deck just because I have seen some good stuff, but it's not as crazy consistent as you'd expect, you know. And the Mikanko, it's gonna be one of the most busted ones. It could either be a top strategy or one of the great contenders. I'll put it as a great contender for now. I haven't seen too much of it myself, but I've heard lots of great things about it. Sprite, just put them all the way up there, man. Sprite's such an amazing deck. And of course, Cash Sierra's on top. I believe Sword Soul is going to be as good as Mikanko, so these guys could be interchangeable. But just because I'm a little biased, because I do play Sword Soul, I'll have him right there. Plunder Patrol, just a little bit better than that. Scare Claw is really good, so I'll have that there. I have Tier Elements just above Draco Slayer, and I'll have those two like that. I think that's good. I'm liking how this looks. This is fine. I think this is better than that. This goes down here, and these strategies just quit the game, man. No offense to people who play it, but it's just not good right now in this ban list. But yeah, if you guys want to see some future videos that I'm planning, I don't know if you guys caught it, but in my YouTube short, I had this penguin in the last shot, and this penguin represents my good friends, the Fluwanderees. So, little sneak peek to you guys. The Fluwanderees deck profile is coming up. Probably my next video or my next second video. I am planning to also have a duel against my brother using my Sword Soul deck, and have another duel with my Sword Soul deck, but with a little twist. You guys will see that in the future. If you guys agree with this tier list, comment down below. If you guys don't agree, also comment down your ideas. And yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.